Keeping yourself sensitive to vibration. Continued. Okay, so just to rehash the last video, get out in the sun for a little bit every day. Drink plenty of fresh, clean water. Eat as much organic food as possible. If possible, go all organic. Breathe. Consciously breathe every day. And bring as much love into your day as possible. Do only what brings you joy. So this is the platform. This is the simple, practical, earthly platform that everything else is going to rest on. Okay? As far as other practice disciplines go, I have a few that are what is responsible for bringing me into the experience that I'm now having with the higher energies coming through. So the first thing I would suggest to you is to combine a light and sound practice. Let me explain. The two that I worked with, the two that I should say my practice over many years culminated into were sun gazing, gazing directly into either the rising and or setting sun for a period of time over a precise process every day, and working with biofeedback, binaural beats. So some of you may be familiar with binaural beats, and I recommend them highly. The feedback that I've gotten from many of you is that you have tried it and it doesn't work. And I'm going to suggest that this is because your attention is still with the periphery of the experience. You're wanting to go out of body, and you're using the binaural beats to help get you there. And what I would suggest to you is that this is not so much about going out of body as it is ascending the physical body for many of us. For me, and that is what I will be focusing on here, the binaural beats are the precise measure by which this entire experience is based on. And so just for the few of you who may not be familiar with this, you use headphones. You put them in, and one tone is put into one ear, another tone is put into the other ear. And your mind comes up with a tone in the exact middle on its own. And this is creation, folks. This is it. This is exactly it. This is how it happens. This is the foundation of the whole experience. Okay, and so it may not seem like it's working, but it's cumulative. And if you do the biofeedback, the binaural beats, every day, you will begin to be rewarded by what happens. You need to listen, 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 listen. It's all about listening. About softening yourself from the outside in and learning how to go into the sound. Learning how to go into vibration. And I'll be doing a video about that in just a moment. So if you're not interested in doing the sun gazing, if that sounds way out there to you, and or if you happen to have any fear about doing that whatsoever, this practice is not for you. But this is simply a practice of Tratak, of conscious gazing. And if you don't do the gazing at the sun, then you can use a candle flame. I have a lot of material that I've written in the past about Tratak, and I can link to it over in the side for you to access later. I've been practicing yoga my whole life and teach yoga breathing. And there are many yoga breathing techniques I could recommend to you. They're here on my YouTube page, are a few of them. You can do these, but the most simple one, and this is again the largest one, and the easiest and most practical one, is just a simple Puraka Rechaka, a simple lengthening of the inhale-exhale. And so you simply breathe in, consciously following the length of your inhale and feeling where you reach a roof, a top, a stop at the top of your breath. Feeling that sensation, and on purpose just breathing a little bit more through it. And then exhaling, consciously following the length of your exhale, feeling the sensation there at the bottom of the breath, and consciously breathing out a little more, breathing through it just a little more. And you'll do this through rounds of 12. You can do 3 rounds of 12 for a session, and begin to see how you are setting yourself free, opening yourself out into more of yourself, more of your breath. There's more breath there. Just keep opening it out. Again, this will be a foundational practice. And then there's many more specific yoga breathing techniques you can practice that will come in handy for you to deal with fear, that will come in handy as cleansing practices, etc. I can mention those later. If anyone has any questions, please do ask, and I will reply with a video response about a breathing technique that might help you. Shavasana. Learn to lay down without falling asleep. This is very challenging for us, because normally when we lay down, that's precisely what we're going to do, fall asleep. This needs to be reverted. Very simply, consciousness is awakeness, it is awareness, and it does not need to sleep. Your physical body needs rest, and you will lay it down to gather the rest that it needs. But it is perfectly possible for you to stay conscious and awake and at rest all through the night without falling asleep. And you won't go into this directly, but my suggestion is that you begin. So don't lay down with the purpose of falling asleep. Lay down in order to practice Shavasana. So lay down and on purpose attempt to stay awake for a little bit longer than you might. You'll fall asleep. We all fall asleep. But gain those few extra minutes, and those few extra minutes will begin to pattern out into a lot, and you will see how much happens in those moments that to date you've been missing out on. Okay, very important practice, again, that I can go into a lot more detail with you on if you have questions. The last thing is disrupting your sleep pattern 2 to 3 hours before you actually have to get up to go to work or do whatever, so that you have a practice period of Shavasana or conscious attention at the tail end of your evening and going into your day as well. Okay, so these are what is working for me, what is bringing a lot of awareness and experience of the energies coming through. I'll continue in another video on cleansing practices in just a moment. Thank you.